Together we can stop the hate. Together we can make a world of difference.
Let me tell you about a man who came to New England from New Jersey. His name is Lenny Zakim. He was always out on the front lines, spent his life fighting racism, anti-Semitism, poverty, and social injustice by building bridges between communities.
We honor his memory, obviously not with this beautiful bridge, very lovely, but by continuing on in his fight for social justice.
The Cup family is announcing a $1 million gift.
20 years ago, facing his own mortality, he started the Lenny Zakim Fund with the help of his friends. Lenny believed that extraordinary social change could be created at the grassroots level by everyday people.
When you think about dying and stuff, you have to, I feel that, you don't really leave. I mean, you leave, but there's parts of you that stay with the people who you've touched.
And a little of that human touch.
And literally thousands have been touched. Organizations that work at improving literacy, alleviating poverty, strengthening underserved communities, and ending youth violence are just a few examples of the types of partnerships the fund supports.
Who's out to your store? What does that mean? All right, guys.
When I think about my life story, it brings tears in my eyes, but also it brings joy. The reason why it brings tears in my eyes is because I grew up in a household without my father. There was a sense of worthlessness that I felt from not having him there, a sense of inadequacy. I don't want another child to have to feel what I felt. I want to make the world a better place by making sure that kids have their fathers. As soon as you leave the court, we're going to send you to Madison Park. So the primary reason why I started Fathers Uplift was to provide support to fathers so they can stay engaged in their kids' lives. We all make choices that we're not proud of, but if we can help people say, you know what, I am not my choice. I define who I am.
My Heavenly Father. I myself went through some troubled times. Charles has helped me to reestablish my confidence, my worth as a man, as a father.
We're not trying to make their lives perfect, but if we can teach them how to parent themselves, they can be a better parent to their kids.
Sincere means it really is being insincere means.
I want our learners to succeed. I want them to be confident in who they are. I want them to be able to represent themselves authentically, and the way that they can do that in the United States is to have the English language skills.
My name is Vladimir.
For a lot of new immigrants in this country, it means freedom and choice, and it may mean a better opportunity for themselves and their children. Last year alone, we served learners from 49 countries. They spoke over 33 languages and dialects. Right now, we have a wait list of 275 learners. So our goal is to be able to serve those who are still waiting, to provide them the language skills that they can't really wait to have.
Big A, little A.
I founded For Kids Only in 1984. I was, at the time, a mother myself who had to go back to the workforce. Most of our children here are from struggling, poor, at-risk families. They're hardworking families. They're families that really, really care about their children, but they have to go to work. They have to put food on their table. The mission of our nonprofit is to support the out-of-school time learning needs of children and their families through social, cultural, academic learning opportunities that really give children the necessary skills and self-esteem to participate in this world as successful adults.
I grew up in South Central Los Angeles, and I was a kid that struggled in school. I almost dropped out of high school myself. Back in 2011, there was a statistic that every 11 seconds, kids were dropping out of high school. And I felt, what better way of re-engaging students that are at risk than providing them with a leadership opportunity through coaching.
You guys have to act out the movie, and if they get it, they get a point.
I want them to feel like people out in the world do care about what's happening to them.
Having the guidance and somebody show you that you're not like what other people think you are and things like that is really good, and it made me change my ways.
The mindset around Coding for Change is, when we look at education and we look at students that are struggling, we're always trying to teach at them or talk at them. So instead of talking at them, our goal is to convert them to coaches and teachers and they are teaching and becoming more engaged by working with the youth that are in their community. Last school year, we had a 100% graduation rate. All of our kids are either going to college, 2 or 4 year universities, or going into the military.
The Lenny Zakim Fund is the reason why we are still sustaining today. They're truly there for the right reason.
The inner motivation to start Fathers Uplift was be the change that you want to see in the world. Now, being able to put that motivation to practice is when the Lenny Zakim Fund came into place, right? And let me tell you this, man, they were the first organization that gave us our break.
The Lenny Zakim Fund doesn't just write us a check. They provide us the tools and resources to fulfill our mission.
While the Lenny Zakim Fund has provided grassroots funding, it has given us an opportunity to really blossom and grow and potentially build an organization that could have national impact.
I know the bridge that was named after him. Every time I ride over it, I'm reminded of his legacy and how he made it a reality for me to do what it is that I'm doing today through the fund that he created before he passed away. His legacy through his kids, through his work in the community continues to live in me. And he's gonna live in my son because I'm gonna teach him the same thing.
When asked why he wanted to fund grassroots organizations, Lenny once said, "They have the will, they have the creativity, but they lack the means. We give them the means." That clear vision has blossomed into a movement.
The sky is the limit, and we will achieve our dreams. Unite our communities while embracing in love, giving thanks to those who have stood the test of time.